Hey, welcome back to my second video. I'm here with
Riley.
And for today's video, we're going to be giving you guys a college application advice. It's mostly towards underclassmen in high school, specifically juniors, even sophomores and freshmen. I would definitely recommend this to freshmen and sophomores to start watching the video now and start getting into like college and just finding out more information about college. Okay, pause. Let's peep the nails real quick.
Kind of addressing the most important parts of like our college application journeys.
Yes.
Just so you know, I'm an incoming freshman at Vanderbilt. Jazz is an incoming freshman at UCLA. So yeah, hopefully this helps out people.
Yes, let's do introduction. So you already know what school we're going to. We're class of 2026.
My major is public health and public policy, so I'm double majoring in that, and I might do some double minors in sociology and business. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now.
Choose Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah, why did I choose Vanderbilt? So I chose Vanderbilt because I wanted a very academically like challenging and rigorous environment. I also really liked Vanderbilt's kind of entrepreneurial and kind of commitment to social justice, things like that. And I just feel like the vibe of Vanderbilt's campus and their kind of student vibe is something that I really resonate with. And that's something that I guess my first piece of advice that I would give you guys is kind of see and feel if you resonate with the school's kind of energy and their campus and kind of the students there. And so that's kind of a big reason why I chose it. Obviously it's in Nashville, a pretty big city, so that's another big reason.
Yeah, he's gonna come back with a whole ass accent. I will be double majoring as well in political science and like Afro-Latinx studies, something around there. And then my minor would be in theater or film. Financially, like that was one of the first reasons, like a financial aid and scholarships that I got. And I feel like that should always be at least like one of your top one or two choices when it comes to choosing a school. Like, are you financially able to afford that school, or like what type of like package are they giving you? I chose UCLA because I'd also be on the pre-law track, and they have a really good law program, pre-law program, and a law school. Another option was because of the networking, the neighborhood, the opportunities that I would get.
The main things, yeah.
I thought those were the main things.
Yeah,
right?
like no, for me, like I forgot about financial aid, but Vanderbilt was the most affordable school for me that I got into. You know, Vanderbilt showed me that everything truly works out in the end with college apps.
Oh my god, another reason why I chose UCLA was because this was like the only school that I applied to that had an Afro-Latinx connection club.
Yes.
And I'm Afro-Latina, so I really wanted like a sense of community. So once I saw that UCLA was the only school that had that, like I just knew that was the right fit for me.
There's no Afro-Latinx club at Vanderbilt. So.
When I toured the campus, I fell in love. That's not the reasons. I hope you guys learn a lot from this college application advice video. First step is doing your research. So definitely looking at what colleges that you could see yourself going to, but make sure you're looking at the colleges that have your major and that offer your major, and making a list, and I would say maximum list of 10 schools. And even though I applied to 11, but my max was 10 schools, and you could do like 5 in-state, 5 out-of-state.
Just know that your college is going to change throughout your admission season. I ended up applying to like a good like 5-7 colleges different from what my original list was, like in like October, so like midway through admission season. So like just know that your list is going to change. I applied to 22 schools. I don't recommend that because I was writing like 50 plus essays, like it was a lot. Most do 20. And again, apply to like a variety of different schools. That's really, really important. Don't limit yourself. And also a heads up is that you do have to pay for every application unless you apply for the fee waiver and your waiver gets fee. I mean, if you wait, what? Did I say that correct? Your application gets waived. And if your application gets waived, then you'll be fine. Like me, but like if you're applying to a lot of schools, just like me. I had to pay for every single one of my applications. That was like a lot of money. I think the top 3 things that you should look for when researching colleges is, like Jazz said, if they have your program, but also look at their financial aid program. Research and kind of get opinions from other students about how good a certain school's financial aid program is. For example, Jazz is going to UCLA. I also got into UCLA, but they didn't give me any aid. So I would have had to pay like out of pocket everything that UCLA. I mean, granted, we're in-state students, so it is cheaper for us. But I would have had to pay the full sticker price.
Everyone's different, every school is different.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I would say is once you have a list of schools, start looking at the prompt that they ask you when it comes to the application, because at least for me, I started my college applications the summer of junior year, like going into junior year. I already started
Wait, really?
looking at the prompts. Yeah. What, wait, was it? Oh no, I'm so sorry.
No,
I was already
that means the summer after.
we take that early, as in like my junior year going into senior year. That summer is when I started on my college application. Start writing the essay, start brainstorming, and start asking your teachers and counselors for letters of recommendation.
It's really important. I would even encourage you to ask May of junior year. May of junior year, start thinking of teachers you want to ask, and ask them before senior year. Because by the time August rolls around, none of your teachers are going to want to write your letter of rec. And even if they do, it's going to be really like half done. Like it's not going to be the best.
And then all like people are going to procrastinate and wait last minute. Don't do that.
Yeah. We're in a different location. We're eating ice cream right now, but the next thing is like extracurriculars and activities. My best advice for that would be to just do things you're actually like interested in. So many like high schoolers just doing things because they think it's gonna get them into a certain school or like get them a certain scholarship. But like the truth is, admissions officers can see through that, because activities are often the things you're gonna write about in your essays. And if you're doing something ingenuinely, then you're not gonna have a lot to write about in your essays, and therefore the admissions officers are gonna tell. Like they can tell. It's really easy to tell an insincere, to identify someone doing an insincere extracurricular activity. Like nobody's looking for a certain type of activity or a certain thing. So feel free to do what you're passionate about.
When it comes to getting involved, get involved at your school and outside of school. So in school, of course, like clubs, outside, and volunteer work outside of school. It can be volunteer work again, or like a non-profit, or like at a shelter helping people, things like that. Just get involved inside your school, outside of your school. Join organizations. Be involved in your community as well as outside of your community. Being involved at school is good, but there's other things to it. I was really involved when it comes to athletics, academics, in my community, outside of community. So being well-rounded, maybe it's not like for everyone, but definitely get involved in every like area.
The positions and different things. When you're junior to senior year, try and like go up in the ranks.
You have to like work your way there. Don't be all both and expect like your freshman gonna be president. No. So like your first year, get experience. Second year, maybe start applying for like secretary or treasurer, like something small where you can work your way there, so that by senior year you'll be president of this club organization. When it comes to getting involved, get involved early. Don't be waiting last minute like senior year, which is like I feel like what most seniors did at school.
Yes.
We got involved like what, freshman year?
For example, like we both ended up being student council president, right? But we started as members, both freshman and sophomore year. And then when I became secretary, you became
department lead.
Yeah, and then we became president. So
you see what I mean? Work your way there.
Yeah.
If there aren't any organizations or clubs that interest you, then create your own. And that looks good on college applications when you create your own club organization.
Do something that you're passionate about.
Okay. Step 3 would be essays.
Yeah.
The UC applications or the UC schools have their own application like format and all that, and then you have the Common app, and then you have this other one, what's it called?
Coalition app.
Yeah, Coalition app, and then if you're looking into HBCUs, they have the HBCU Common app itself too. Oh, it's always good to have other people read your essays and critique it themselves. I would advise you not to have your parents read it.
Yeah.
I've been there before, had my dad read my personal essay, he didn't like it. I was like, nope, I told Riley about it. He's like, never have your parents read it. After I committed to a school, then I had my parents read what I wrote in my essays. Yeah. For each college I had a different teacher critique those essays for that college. So let's say for Ivy League, I had an English teacher critique my Ivy League essays. I had a different English teacher critique my UC essays, and then I had a different teacher critique my like private school essays. You don't have to do that, but that's just what I did. I had like different critiques from different teachers. Oh, when it comes to the UC application, there's 8 prompts, but you only choose 4. And of course, there's always a maximum limit and a minimum limit when it comes to your essays.
I kind of did it a bit differently. To be truthful, nobody edited my UC essays. I don't advise you to do that. Someone should always read your essays. So I had like one teacher that I trusted a lot read the most important essays that I thought needed the most input. So
And we love her.
yeah, we
love her because
exactly.
she critiqued my essays too.
I did not want to have her read through all 50 of my essays. Like that was just outrageous. So she at most read like 10 other things, and I do advise against this. So no one read my personal statement. Actually, like no one read my Common App essay, which is really, 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 really super duper risky. Don't do that. Have someone always read the most important essays to you. No one read my Common App essay. I do regret that.
And this is like one thing where I understand why you didn't let someone critique it is because it was personal.
Yeah.
And it's called a personal essay for a reason. So don't be afraid to feel vulnerable.
Yes.
And just express yourself and talk about what you're passionate about. So for me, I was brainstorming over the summer. I was brainstorming ideas and what I wanted to write about my personal essay. I wrote about like the beauty standards and me being Afro-Latina and colorism.
So I wrote about my activities. And I kind of briefly, I never centered my personal essay around one activity. Rather, I kind of showed how different activities like student council, my nonprofit, how those kind of helped me to grow in my ability to lead and to communicate. It's a part of my identity that I kind of was very insecure about for a while, for like a lot of my life. And so I kind of used that and kind of built it up and kind of finished off with like, okay, now I am able to kind of lead in these different scenarios, and so like that's where I kind of mentioned my extracurriculars and activities.
His personal essay was on his extracurricular activities and mine was on my culture. Like it's very different, and when it comes to these personal essays, there are like different questions too. Like we probably chose different prompts, right?
There's 7 prompts for the Common App. You only have to choose 1. For UC, there's 8. You have to choose 4. But the Common App essay is 650 word limit. Each of the UCs is 350 word limit, so it kind of like balances out. Yeah, that we said a lot.
Yeah, we said a lot.
We left the Grove. Now we are going to wait.
Make a left, right?
No, wait. What the hell?
What are you using?
No, make a right.
Bro, what are you using?
Yeah,
You don't have maps?
No, I use
like
Google
GPS.
Maps.
Oh, you use Google Maps?
Google Maps, yeah.
Can you like tell them that we want to come in?
Yeah, go. Okay, go. Just go.
Oh my god, can you fix my phone?
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Okay, we're gonna conclude the video.
Yeah, we're gonna conclude it by just giving you some more heartfelt pieces of advice.
So basically, by now you should already have submitted all your college apps. The deadline is like, I think the last one's like what, November 1st?
No.
Somewhere in January though.
For private schools and most Common Apps. Oh, it's a great.
Or in January.
Or in January. You did.
Damn.
Oh my god. I think something that I would tell you is that everything really works out in the end. That's something that Jazz told me. Everything works out. Just kind of find things that you want to change that you cannot change. It's just going to stress you out a lot more. So don't go back and read your applications. Please don't do that.
One thing that I stress a lot is just to live in the present moment. Live in the moment. You submitted it, and so right now you're playing like the waiting game, waiting to hear back from schools. Hear back from them March and April. But like, don't stress it. Distract yourself. Focus on school. Focus on those AP exams, projects. If you're in sports, focus on your season. Like, don't even worry about it. No matter what college accepts you or rejects you, like, look at rejection as redirection. If there's like a lot of schools rejecting you, like, so what? That's their loss.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be some school it's gonna come and get you and reach out to. Building strength, what am I gonna say? What am I saying? Like, if a school rejects you, that's their loss. Think about it that way. Have that mindset.
Okay. Make a left.
Oh, left?
Yeah.
Let me make a left, please.
Yeah.
Let me merge in.
This has simultaneously turned into driving with Jazz and Riley. Yeah, so my story with like rejection basically is that I was getting, I'm like, as you guys know, I'm already going to school, whatever, but for those of you guys who kind of don't know, Vanderbilt decisions usually come out towards the end of admission season, so late March. All entire like of March, I was getting waitlisted, rejected by schools, like some of my very top choices, and so I was feeling really discouraged, and the last thing that I thought would happen was me getting accepted to Vanderbilt. And to be honest, it would have hurt if I got rejected because Vanderbilt was one of my dream schools, and so but again, the last thing that I expected was to get in. When I saw that I got in, I was like in complete and utter shock just because I had become so discouraged throughout March. Everything works out in the end, For me, it really didn't work out until the end. Like it was like serious, like wait.
Patient with yourself.
Yeah, be
too.
patient. And I'm not generally a patient person, so it was really hard for me to wait. And it was even harder for me to wait while getting waitlisted and rejected by a lot of schools. And so, you know, again, like everything worked out the way that I wanted it to work out, even though I didn't think it would be that way. My little spiel right there.
Yes, for me, I would say I never saw myself going to. I'm not like saying never. It was so unexpected. That wasn't even one of the schools I had in mind of attending. I just submitted it to be like, you know what, let's see what happens. And unexpectedly, what? Oh, me? I'm like, wait, because it's them. Where aren't they going? If you thought you were gonna get into the school, but then you got rejected, like you never know what's gonna happen. Just don't even stress about it. Please just live in the moment. Whatever happens, happens. What's meant to be will be meant to be. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much our advice. Okay, but why do my fingers look like that?
Yeah.
And if you guys, what? You're not honking at me, are you? Right. You're not honking at me. It's
because you gotta.
The arrow has to turn green.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you guys have any other questions, you can always like contact us on Instagram or email. And we hope you learned a lot from this college application advice.
I have other like videos on TikTok, which she'll also link. Yeah, I make things on there too. So
don't worry guys, we are there for you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the video.
Bye.